I was disappointed that she doesn't talk before or after her shows because she has to save her voice for the 44 songs that she sings. So I was a little butthurt.
So it's like easier, the bar's set really low for anyone who I date in the future to come in and be like a great guy.
I'm having more fun during this time of my life than I've ever had before. I've legitimately never been happier.
I had no clue that, well, I might have had a little bit of a clue, but definitely when I heard it come out of her mouth, still shocked me.
I'll be like, how, you exist? This is crazy.
In one corner, we have the dazzling Taylor Swift, and in the other, the gridiron charmer, Travis Kelce. Now, they might be the epitome of couple goals, but let's rewind to the beginning. The disastrous first date that had us questioning if they'd ever make it to coupledom. Taylor with her guitar strings and golden curls, and Travis armed with football finesse and a winning smile, decided to take a leap into the uncertain world of romance. Little did they know, this first date wasn't going to be a graceful dance, but more of a stumbling waltz through a field of mishaps. Forget the red carpet glamour and touchdown trimps. This was a night filled with cringe-worthy moments and misadventures that would make anyone question if they were meant to be. But before we get into it, make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to never miss out on any new videos. It's free and helps us tremendously bring out new content for your enjoyment. Now, the football superstar had a bit of a tough time catching Taylor Swift's eye in the beginning. We're talking about a love story that started off so slow, it felt like they were moving through molasses. Travis, with all his football mojo and charming vibes, was trying really hard to make an impression on Taylor. But oh boy, it was like he was wearing an invisibility cloak. His attempts to stand out were more like fumbles on the field, a little clumsy and not quite scoring any touchdowns. Now, a couple of months into their swoon-worthy romance, these two are practically painting the town with the Kiss TM and more PDA sessions than your favorite romantic movie. But rewind a bit and let's dive into how the Travis and Taylor adventure began. For those of us who've been glued to Taylor Swift fan accounts, guilty as charged, we've been on high alert for every snippet of their love journey. And guess what? It all kicked off during the Eras tour. Yeah, you heard it right. Love sparked amid the dazzling lights of the concert stage. Now, let's get to the nitty-gritty. The details straight from the man himself, Travis Kelce. Their first date wasn't your typical Hollywood glamour. It was more of him trying to get a pretty girl's attention. Their love story was born on July 8th, 2023. Picture this. Taylor Swift's second mesmerizing performance at Kansas City's Arrowhead Stadium during the Eras tour. The vibes were electric, the crowd was buzzing, and it was the kind of night that made you believe in magic. Now, let's zoom in on Travis Kelce, the football maestro, who wasn't just cheering from the stands but was right there soaking in the music and the moment. How do we know? Well, thanks to the wonders of fan videos, we've got the receipts. An unearthed gem of a video captures people showering Travis with friendship bracelets, a surefire sign that he was right there in the midst of the Swiftie celebration. One fan shared a tweet and wrote, "Fans giving Travis Kelce friendship bracelets at night 2 of the Eras tour in Kansas City back in July." But wait, why did he go to the concert in the first place? Well, he went to the Eras tour with a mission: to pass Taylor Swift his number disguised as a friendship bracelet. Now that's a modern love story plot twist. Now here's where it gets interesting and a bit hilarious. In a tragicomic turn of events, Travis spilled the beans on his unsuccessful attempt to make the grand gesture during an episode of the Kelce Brothers podcast, New Heights. Picture him pouring his heart out to his brother, Jason Kelce, about the struggle of trying to be smooth but ending up a tad clumsy in the process. So, Travis's attempt to slip Taylor his digits might not have gone according to plan, but little did he know, this endearing hiccup was just a preview of the entertaining and sweet journey that would unfold between the football star and the pop sensation. Now that he has Taylor by his side, he's openly talking about what an embarrassing process it was. They even shared the issue on their podcast back then with a tweet. Anyone know how to get a bracelet to a Taylor Swift 13? Asking for a friend.
I was disappointed that she doesn't talk before or after her shows because she has to save her voice for the 44 songs that she sings. So I was a little butthurt I didn't get to hand her one of the bracelets I made for her.
But hold on to your curiosity, folks, because we've got a time jump in the Travis and Taylor chronicles. So here's the deal. while the world remained blissfully unaware in July, with Travis spilling his endearing misadventures on July 26th, the gossip mills didn't start buzzing about Taylor and Travis potentially being a thing until September. The beauty of secrets and surprises. Now, let's talk about August, the month of hush-hush rendezvous and maybe a few stolen glances. Travis, being the charming chatterbox he is, couldn't resist sharing tidbits about what went down during that covert period. Whether it was unintentional slips or just a case of overflowing excitement, Travis was unable to keep a lid on the brewing romance. So, while the world was none the wiser, Travis was sneakily giving us a sneak peek into the unfolding love story. It's like watching a rom-com where the audience knows the plot twists before the characters do, and we're all rooting for that sweet moment when they finally realize they're head over heels. Next, we're diving into the month of August, where things start getting intriguingly clandestine between Travis and Taylor. Buckle up for the detective work, folks. On August 2, Travis Kelce, our charming quarterback, stepped into the spotlight with a video that practically screamed Kagi vibes. What was the hot topic? You guessed it, the friendship bracelet saga. Picture a man with secrets, trying to play it cool, but the excitement bubbling just beneath the surface. This, my friends, is a masterclass in keeping things on the down low. But wait, there's more. Travis, being the smooth operator that he is, spilled the beans to the Wall Street Journal about those early days of chit-chatting with Taylor. His golden rule? Make sure I don't say anything that would push Taylor away. Now, if that's not the sound of a man treading carefully on the path to love, I don't know what is.
I'm not going to talk about my personal life. I know what you writers want to hear. And you want to hear more about that, and I'm not going to give you anything.
Has she reached out?
Huh?
Has she reached out?
And that's going to wrap it up here with NFL.
Oh, wait.
So as the calendar flips to August and the friendship bracelet mystery deepens, it's clear that Travis was navigating the delicate dance of keeping things hush-hush while laying the foundation for what would become a headline-making romance. But Kelce, our charming quarterback, didn't navigate the labyrinth of love all on his own. According to the Wall Street Journal, he got an unbidden assist that came sailing in like a Cupid's arrow, courtesy of none other than Taylor Swift's team. Now, that's a little sprinkle of fairy tale magic right there. Soon after Travis spilled the sweet and clumsy beans on his New Heights podcast on July 26th, Taylor's team, being the romance architects they are, decided to play matchmaker. Travis spilled the details in his own words, saying, "There were definitely people she knew that knew who I was. In her corner who said, 'Yo, did you know he was coming? I had somebody playing Cupid.' Isn't that just the sweetest behind-the-scenes maneuvering? It's like the universe itself was conspiring to bring these two lovebirds together. So, get this. It seems like Taylor dropped Travis a text, or at least that's the vibe we're getting from the WSJ when they describe Travis as having a shock of a lifetime while looking at his phone. Anyways, when they finally caught up, Taylor spilled the beans about their almost meet cute at Arrowhead Stadium. She filled me in on all the details and how lucky I was that she reached out. He spilled. She might not be too thrilled with me saying this, but when she came to Arrowhead, they hooked her up with the big locker room as her dressing room, and her little cousins were snapping pictures right in front of my locker. Oh, and here's the lowdown on Taylor and Travis's dating timeline. Straight from Taylor herself in her Time Person of the Year interview back in December 2023. The Grammy winner spilled the beans, saying, "So this whole thing kicked off when Travis super adorably called me out on his podcast, which I thought was totally badass. We started hanging out right after that. We actually had a good chunk of time that was under wraps, which I appreciate, because it gave us the chance to really get to know each other. By the time I attended that first game, we were already a couple. Some people might think they witnessed our first date at that game. But come on, we're not crazy enough to make a grand entrance like that." So, based on their stories, it looks like Yorka trailer officially took flight in early August. And guess what? So after Taylor reached out, they started chatting, and eventually, they decided to take the plunge and go on an official date. Travis didn't spill all the deets, but he did drop the nugget that had happened in the Big Apple. When I met her in New York, we had already been talking a bit. So I figured we could have a nice dinner, a good conversation, see where things go. He spilled. Everyone around me was like, "Don't mess this up." And I was just sitting there like, yeah, Got it. And just a few weeks later, Taylor and Travis went public after his game at Arrowhead Stadium. And the rest, my friend, is history. And even though the two tried their best to get this relationship to kick-start, it's not like they didn't have their fair share of troubles along the way. These lovebirds went all in with their relationship, making a splash as Taylor showed up to cheer on Travis at a Kansas City Chiefs game. She looked totally at ease in his friends and family suite, even hanging out with his mom. Travis spilled even more details in an interview with the Wall Street Journal, happily sharing insights into his relationship with the pop superstar. Despite appearances, he revealed that once their relationship became public, he became unusually cautious with the media, emphasizing, "That was the biggest thing to me, make sure I don't say anything that would push Taylor away." In another reveal, Travis dove into the details of their initial meeting and confessed that his close-knit group of friends was throwing warnings his way, advising him, "Don't mess this up." Fans of the couple were quick to shower praise on the article for its wealth of information, but not everyone is thrilled, including some notable celebrities. On an episode of The View, several hosts expressed their concerns about what they perceived as red flags in the WSJ piece. Sunny Hostin led the conversation, stating, "Some of the things he said raised some red flags for me." Quoting Travis's apprehension about potentially pushing Taylor away, she questioned, "What is he hiding then? Because for me, I want to know the good, the bad, and the ugly up front. The celebrity relationship scrutiny is real. He's sending in his representative so that he doesn't offend her in any way. That's not real life," Sunny concluded. Alyssa Farah Griffin jumped in, giving Travis credit for taking the initiative in pursuing Taylor. However, Sunny wasn't convinced and asked, "Why though?" with a playful remark about Travis's ex-girlfriend being really hot. Joy Behar chimed in, humorously adding, "But she wasn't as famous as Taylor." Sarah Haynes echoed a similar sentiment, sharing her take with the co-hosts. "The red flag for me was when he admitted to thinking about retirement. The quote was, 'He thinks about it nonstop, more than anyone could ever imagine.'" The View hosts certainly had their detective hats on, dissecting every detail. "He is huge in the football world. And then you go to Taylor Swift land," Sarah continued. "And I think if you were thinking about next chapters, this would be lovely." "It's a very comfortable next chapter," Sunny agreed. Joy then asked if Sarah was implying that Travis planned to live off Taylor, prompting Sarah to clarify, "No, not living off of her, he has millions. But, like, he's on a podcast, he likes comedy, I think he's looking for a second act," she went on. "Michael Strahan always said he was big among football players, and men stopped him on the street. He went into morning TV, and everyone stopped him on the street. That's from the mouth of a famous football player," Alyssa agreed. It is hard at that level of celebrity to find people with the right intentions. He seems like a very nice guy, and I root for them. But I do think she has to be careful of that. Folks also had a lot to say about how Taylor swiftly transitioned from a 7-year relationship into her newfound romance. News of Taylor parting ways with her longtime boyfriend, Joe Alwyn, surfaced in April of this year, marking the end of their 6.5-year journey together. What's interesting is the sharp contrast in Taylor's approach between her relationship with Joe and the one with Travis. Her connection with Joe was shrouded in privacy, with the British actor choosing to keep a low profile. It was like two different sides of the celebrity love spectrum. Interestingly, Travis isn't the first person Taylor has dated post-breakup. The star quickly entered into a brief romance with British singer Maddie Healy just weeks after announcing her split from Joe. The two stars had a whirlwind month back in May, providing fans with a sneak peek into the intensely public way. Things would unfold with Travis just 4 months later. Love life in the spotlight, it seems. Adding to the intrigue, avid fans caught Taylor and Maddie in intimate moments, from spotted kisses to candid pictures of them entering and exiting her New York City apartment. What really stirred the rumor mill was the observation that Taylor and Maddie appeared to share the exact same words, mouthing a secret declaration of love during their respective shows. Although Taylor seemed fully committed to her romance with Maddie, the relationship received a less than enthusiastic reception from the public. Maddie had been embroiled in various controversies, facing accusations of misogyny anti-Semitism, and racism on multiple occasions over the years. Adding to the unease, just 3 months before he and Taylor made their relationship public, he was captured on film appearing to perform a Nazi salute on stage. The relationship stirred quite a bit of conversation and raised eyebrows in the public sphere. And it looks like Tyler figured it out that he was not good for her image and dumped him. That is when she stumbled upon our current Prince Charming. But the couple has decided to let all this public chatter get to their heads. In fact, they are living their love story in a very cute way. Travis Kelce is clearly a big fan of the Eras Tour. Following his appearance at Taylor Swift's concert in Singapore on Friday, the NFL star 34 made a return for the pop sensation's final show as part of her 6-night run at National Stadium on Saturday evening. A fan account on X, formerly Twitter, shared a photo capturing Kelce in the stands, fully immersed in watching girlfriend Swift 34 deliver an electrifying performance. Another snapshot from the same account showed Kelce engaged in conversation with a fellow attendee in his section during the show. Fans were also treated to clips on X of Kelce getting into the groove, dancing to Swift's hit Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince, alongside other concert-goers in his section. His manager, Andre Inez, and close friend Ross Travis, who has joined Kelce at Swift's international shows before, were also part of the enthusiastic audience. Looks like Kelce is all about supporting his superstar girlfriend on stage. Recently, Swift and Kelce sent fans into a frenzy as the singer ran into her boyfriend's arms for an adorable moment post-show. The couple shared sweet kisses in a heartwarming video that quickly made the rounds on social media. Adding to the excitement for Swifties, Taylor continued her tradition of tweaking the lyrics to her hit song Karma to playfully acknowledge her relationship with Kelce. Originally penned as "Karma is the guy on the screen coming straight home to me," she's since modified it to sing, "Karma is the guy on the Chiefs coming straight home to me," as her relationship with Kelce took a more public turn. The fans can't get enough of these lovey-dovey moments. Before jetting off to Singapore, Kelce made his way to Australia to catch the Eras Tour during the first of Swift's 3 shows in Sydney. The Super Bowl champ took on the role of a supportive boyfriend, seen distributing guitar picks and enthusiastically cheering for his girlfriend from the VIP tent. Fans were treated to a heartwarming sight as the couple shared a post-show kiss, captured by onlookers. Looks like Kelce is making the most of being Taylor's #1 fan on the international tour circuit. So what do you think? Do you think this will be the final love story for Tay? Comment down below and let us know. If you liked this video, click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be the first to see my next video. I post updates like this every week where I uncover the secrets of your favorite celebrities.